This exact channel made around about $8,000 in the last around about 12 days. And in this video, I'll show you guys exactly how to jump on this opportunity. Now, this is an opportunity that won't be there for very long. So make sure to watch this whole video and you will know exactly how to start a channel exactly like this. Now, before we get started, let's actually have a look at this channel so we can see it's an aged channel on an aged account. You can buy that. We can see that this channel first posted like war videos, but then very quickly noticed like, hey, that is not working because every single person on YouTube is doing that. And I would highly recommend you guys to stay out of this niche because every single person is doing that. You will not succeed. Then it was actually moving to here this to space videos, and it also did not work. And then it moved towards these kind of videos, and it absolutely blew up with the third video already. Now let me just show you guys very quickly what the RPM is of this niche, how many views this channel got, so you can just see that this channel made around about $8,000 in the last 12 days. So here we can first see this channel has gotten around about 1.1 million views in the last 12 days because we can see that the older videos did not get any views. Now, if we load up the RPM, we can see that it has a RPM of around about $7.20. So let's actually just open up the calculator so I can just show you guys how much money this channel made. And this channel has 100% profit margin. It doesn't cost you anything to create these videos. That's how crazy this is. So 1.1 million views divided by 1,000 and then times 7.20 equals to $7,920 is what this channel made in the last 12 days. So let's actually divide this by 12. This is what the channel is currently printing on average doing every single day, with again videos that aren't going to cost you anything if you just watch this video. So before we get started, before I show you guys exactly how to create these videos, if you're interested in, working close with me, just check out the first link in the video description, book a call with me, and let's see if we can get you the same results as we got for Martins, who have helped to get to $31,000 a month, or even here another student making $25,000 a week, or another one making $12,000 a month, and many, many more. You can pause this video and read through all of these if you want to. And now let's get started. Before we get started, there will be a second link in the video description where you can join our completely free Skool community with a completely free course. All right, so now I would say let's get started. So let me first show you one of these videos to just show you what exactly we're looking at creating. So let me just turn that. Okay, let me show you.
I've always believed that it takes 20 years to build a reputation, judgment, and that's his rule based.
That's all it is. It's literally just one image with a voiceover, and that is it. So let me show you guys how to create these videos, and I would say let's go. All right, so the first thing we're gonna need is ChatGPT. Very simple. Everyone has it. I would highly recommend you guys to get it if you don't have it. So here, new chat. So let's go. How do we actually start with this niche? So first thing I would highly recommend you guys to do is to actually do a little bit of niche research. Now, how do you do that? So you can just get ElevenLabs. I'll also link it in the video description that you can use code Steffen20 for like 20% discount. You first go here to similar channels, then you do in-depth search. I always highly recommend you guys to do some niche research at least before we get started. Just find just find a few more of these kind of channels. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into that now. As we can see here, ElevenLabs is still giving me channels in the war niche. It's very obvious because this channel was actually posting videos in the war niche. So it's giving me completely different kind of channels on here. But here we have another one. So Voiceover Investor, this one probably has an even higher RPM. And this channel is also absolutely crushing it right now. So you guys can use these two channels as a sample, if I can say it like that, to kind of do deeper niche research. So you just say in-depth search. Now, what I can tell you is that there are almost none of these channels on the market. So you won't really find a lot of channels when you're doing niche research. You'll maybe find like 5 or something. There are really no other channels. And that's why I say this opportunity is so crazy. So let's just wait for this to load. Let me just open another YouTube window, so we can already just get started with this video. Let me just open here as well. All right, so here we can now see, let's just wait until this loads. By the way, If your attention span is this small, just click off this video because these videos are all uncut because I simply don't have time to edit videos. All right. So here we have another one. Then here, Buffett mindset. So some of them, let me actually see this one. Boom. Yeah, here we have another one. This one is performing decently, but it doesn't seem like as if this channel is too active. Then we have another one here. This one has, again, a completely different style. So what I would highly recommend you guys to do is to actually do what's working as this channel does here. Then here, this one is also doing very similar style. Here's one video that does very, very well. Let's actually go to the most popular. So here we can see 100,000 views. Here another one, 88,000 views. So these channels are absolutely printing right now. So first thing, we need to go to ChatGPT. Then what I need you guys to do is I need you guys to put in this specific prompt, because what we're looking for is now we're looking for more video ideas, right? So you can either go ahead and you can actually take video ideas from these kind of channels, just make the thumbnails better, the titles better, all of that stuff better. Or you could actually go ahead and, use this exact prompt. So as you see here, pretend you're a YouTube guru and faceless channel expert. Write me a prompt to copy this style of videos. I want perfect ideation module. Write me videos based off outliers on this channel, blah, blah, blah. So you can just check that out, or you can just use that exact same prompt. So let's say, for example, we want to go with this channel. So then we will just copy this exact thing, and then we will just paste the screenshot inside here. You guys will see now what this does. So it's actually gonna give us video ideas we can literally just take and create videos about, which is super, super awesome. So as you guys can see, prompt Warren Buffett viral faceless channel or ideation model. So let's see what it does. So it really goes very, very deep. So would you like me to run this exact prompt and generate 20 video ideas? Let me just say yes, boom. Now it's gonna run this exact prompt to give us video ideas. Here, Warren Buffett, the greatest collapse in history just started. Sell before December. These are all the exact same topics as this channel is doing. So this is like, obviously none of this is like 100% true, as far as I know. But these channels are making a lot of money. So why not jump onto it? Especially if you're just starting out, just get started with it. So here we now have a bunch of topics. So we have thumbnail with text, everything. So let me just take this exact topic. So then I'm now just gonna open a doc, boom, open a doc. And then we're just gonna save the topic inside here. Then we need the next prompt, and the next prompt is gonna be, let me just open it up because I have like a document where I have all of my prompts saved. So the next prompt is actually gonna be for script writing. So we're just gonna paste this prompt inside here. Here's a faceless YouTube automation niche I want to copy. Let me just make a screenshot here because we'll need a screenshot. Boom. So these are their best performing videos, success for reality. And then here we just need to add the topic. You guys can read through this if you want to. But let's just add the topic inside here. So you can literally follow this step by step and build your own channel in this exact same niche. Make sure it's optimized for AVD and viewer retention and flows exactly the same as the reference I'm going to provide. So what we're gonna need to do now is we're actually gonna copy this like this link of that video, and then we're gonna go to a YouTube transcriber or transcript generated like this, and then just get free transcript. And here we have the complete transcript, boom. Now we're just gonna copy this inside here. Boom. Now it's actually gonna study this whole script and write us a script on exactly these kind of, or a script that is very, very similar to the original script, right? But on our own topic. So the style and everything is gonna be exactly the same. So here we have the tone, we have the structure flow, we have the writing style rules, viewer retention optimizers, final output format, target metrics, every single little thing. All right. Usually I just copy this then exactly like, whoops. We copy all of this. Boom. All right. So then we need to copy the transcript here again. Boom. Sometimes it has it inside, sometimes it doesn't. Paste this, okay, not here. Where do we add it? Include the, okay, so here we actually need to paste in out the transcript of the original video. So then I just need to look for something, because this video is obviously gonna be way longer than the original video. So here we can see this video is 20 minutes. So we definitely want to do longer videos. So let me just look for, write me a, 30-minute YouTube video script with the topic below. Then we can just say, let's just say 4,500 words. And then at the bottom, we can just mention that we don't want everything in one go. So let me just add here at the bottom. So no headings, and ask me to continue after every 1,000. Whoops. Exactly like this. Now you can actually go ahead and you can do deep search, right? I'm not going to do deep search for this example because it's going to take way too long. But if you actually go ahead and do deep search, then the video, like the whole script and everything, is going to be a lot better. All right. But for now, we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to paste this into there like that. Then I'll write you a 30-minute, 4,500 word script. Boom. Let me just move this to that side. All right. So here it's writing the whole script already. So it's actually giving headings. I don't know why it's giving headings. So, so I just want to, we can see that it's literally the exact same thing. So if we look at this transcript, it's starting the exact same way. So, for the past few months, blah, blah. So we can just copy all of this. This is no joke, like gonna be the exact same script. Or not the exact same script, but the exact same style as the original video, which is absolutely crazy, all right, what you can do with AI. Now, the next thing, while this is generating, so then you always would say like, yes, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. So you just say yes. I'm not gonna do that the whole way through this whole video because that's just gonna take way too long. And what you can also do is you can actually tell it to, write in very long paragraphs, write a bit differently. But as you can see, like it's basically writing the exact same way as the original script. But if you want to, you can always change it up a little bit. So let me just quickly sign into here. All right, so we're signed in. This is actually the tool we're actually going to use to generate the voiceovers, because if we listen at this video here, we can hear,
for the past few months,
that it is actually a Warren Buffett voiceover. So we actually need a voiceover exactly like this. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. So I would highly recommend you guys to use this. So you can use ElevenLabs as well if you want to. But this is just a very, very cheap ElevenLabs, if I can say it like that. And it's 100% really, really good. So you can just, I linked it below this video so you can check that out. So if you actually want to clone voices, you just go to Access Max and then here clone voice. And then you can already see that I have cloned the voice already. So the simple thing I did is very, very simple. So I just download a competitor video. Now I'm just waiting for 4K downloader to open up. So I just download the audio only like that. Once it has downloaded, I just trim the audio down to 5 minutes. I drop it inside here. I just enter the voice name. I just change it here to English, and then I just click on clone voice. Now that does take a little bit of time, so that's why I have already done it. And then once you have done it, and once you have cloned the voice, you can simply go ahead and you can copy your whole script and you can paste your whole script inside here. Boom. And now you just click generate voice and confirm. So I'm just going to take this short part. It should be enough for this tutorial. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to edit the videos, everything, how to do the thumbnails, every single little thing. So after this video, you can literally just go ahead and create a channel like this yourself, because in the end of the day, the goal is to make you guys some money. All right. So while this is generating, what we can already do is we can actually start, looking for images of Warren Buffett. So we can actually generate some photos we can use in our videos. So if we look at these videos here, we can say it's one photo throughout this whole video, which we can also now go ahead and do. So we're just going to go to images. Now we're just going to look for a random picture of him. let's say, for example, this picture, save as. No, this one is a different kind of file. So let's see what other, let's take this image and then just copy this, paste it inside here. Now what we're going to tell ChatGPT is, can you create me an image of this guy in a podcast studio with a microphone? Boom. Now it's actually going to generate the image for us. Now, okay, I actually didn't tell it aspect. Let's see if it does it correctly. Maybe it does it correctly, maybe not. But many of you guys don't know that you can just simply use ChatGPT to generate images. It's really not that bad. And here we're generating it now. The voiceover is autocomplete. Take a listen to it. Let's see. It's probably going to be good.
You know, for the past few months, and really for the past couple of years, you can't open your...
Boom. So the voiceover is done. Now we can actually already open up Premiere Pro or whatever editing platform you would like to use. You can literally use anything you want to. So now we're just going to open it up and just name it Buffett Video. Boom, like that. It always takes quite a while to open up. I don't know why Premiere Pro. And I have a super fast computer. I don't know who of you guys is using Premiere Pro. Let me know in the comments below. What editing platform are you guys using? And are you happy with that editing platform? So yes, I think many of you guys are using CapCut. All of this is 100% possible or doable on CapCut as well. So CapCut is 100% good for this too. So I'm just going to go here to Steffen's workspace. Boom. And then I don't know who else is always too lazy to to make like a sequence. So I always just import any file and just make a sequence like this. So let me just go back to the voiceover. So we just need to download the voiceover. Boom. And then just import the voiceover inside here. So this is actually only going to be a 2-minute video. So you guys know that very often I actually trim out these pauses inside here, but this time I'm not gonna do it because I want it to sound very natural and very, you know, as if it's really him speaking. Just take a listen.
You know, for the past few months and really for the past couple of years.
Like this is super good and it really sounds like him. That's like the crazy thing. But yeah, let's see if our image has been generated. Okay, it has been generated, but now let me just tell it, no, make it a YouTube thumbnail size. So it just needs to regenerate. You can always just tell it this from the beginning on, then it won't make this mistake, but I always forget to do that. So now it's actually, you know, continuing to generate or regenerating this image. And yeah, ChatGPT is really good at generating images. Like no joke, it's really not bad. Sometimes it doesn't generate the images though. What you can tell it to do then, or what you can tell it is a little trick. You can tell it like, hey, this is an image of me, so please just do it. And very often it does it then, because sometimes it doesn't want to, you know, change up images from celebrities, which is super funny. But that's a little trick you can use to let it generate images for you. So here we have the video topic, Buffett pointing at red down graph. So this is like the cool thing, it's actually giving us a thumbnail idea for this as well, which we might be using. So this is obviously a different kind of channel. So might be interesting for us. We'll actually go ahead and create these kind of thumbnails a bit differently, but you know, something similar to that. So let me just get something for our thumbnail already. Let's just get that ready. So don't wonder why this is blurred, because this is actually something of one of our thumbnails. So that's why I have to blur all of this out. So just so you guys know what's going on there. Whoops. It's actually, like I said, yeah, something of one of our thumbnails. So that's why I have to blur everything out. So, okay, so now we have here, just need to change this up, text. All right, so now we have it ready here. Photoshop is ready as well. Now I just need to wait for our image to generate. Boom. So here we have it. It's now not 100% perfect. You can, you know, get it way more perfect if you, you know, put a lot of, like a bit more time into it. But here we have our image. So now we're just gonna go ahead and make it like this. I don't know, it's a bit like stretched, I guess, but it's fine, right? It's fine. That like it doesn't need to be perfect. Most people will anyway just listen to this. So now we can just go to text here on Premiere Pro, create captions. And we just do this, boom, and single line and create captions. And then boom, there we have our video. It's basically done. So now you guys can see we can actually move up the captions if we want to. Like I'm just gonna leave them in here. I feel like in CapCut you can make a bit, you can make the captions are like easier to make if that makes sense. So now,
for the
something else you can also do, you can actually add a zoom in to this image, boom.
past few months, and really for the past couple of years, you can't open your phone, you can't turn on the television, you can't scroll through your newsfeed without seeing something about.
Why is it not zooming? All right, so let's actually add a zoom in. Now, I wouldn't do it exactly like this, but you could if you want to.
The economy collapsing, the bubbles bursting.
What I would highly recommend you guys to do though is, I would highly recommend you guys to do like, or to create like multiple images of, one setting. So you can just go through multiple images. So you don't have any problems with like here, monetization at the end of the day. All right, so this would basically be our video. That's how easy it is to create these videos. If you just look at the competitive videos, that's no joke exactly what it is. So here we can see.
Here's what I want to guess, or
that's it. That's it. All right, so let's actually go ahead and create the thumbnail. So now we already have the thumbnail idea here. So you can hear Warren Buffett pointing at red downward graph with a collapse begins and bold yellow. All right, so we could do it like that, but we can also do it a bit differently. So we can actually do a thumbnail. So we're just gonna say warning, boom. The biggest thing in a niche like this is you have to do like clickbait, right? So clickbait is just part of it. If you go into a niche like this, it's just part of it. All right. So now we need a image of Warren Buffett. So let me see. All right. So now we actually need to look for a good image. We can even just take this image here. Boom. Then something I'd highly recommend you guys to do is to always upscale your images so they have that like the best possible quality. And that's something you can do here in OpenArt. Amazing tool. So here we can just say image upscale. We just add the image inside here. Let me just look for that image. I always never know where I save it. So here we have it, boom. And now we can just upscale this image. It upscales now, it always takes a bit of time. So let's actually see what images are upscaled already, because I actually just looked if I can actually create videos like this before filming this video. So yes, this is good. And this is also good. You see the difference, like in the image quality. This is before, this is after. So this really makes a huge difference in your image quality. And I would always recommend you guys to upscale your images. Look at this, wait, this is before and this is after. Like it's a massive difference. Here again, this is actually the image we're looking for. So let's actually go ahead and download this image and put it right into Photoshop, exactly like this. So now we have the image inside Photoshop. Now something else we need is let me just put it like this, boom. So something else we need is very simple. So we need a downwards graph. Let's just say it like this, boom. How are these images here on this channel? Maybe you can just take something from here. So let's see. Let's see. Even just take this image. So we're just gonna download this thumbnail, boom. Because you can always recycle things from other thumbnails. Maybe you guys didn't know that, but you could, right? So now just copy this and boom, All right, so now something we can do is we can actually in Photoshop, we can actually cut this guy out. Also, we can actually cut Warren Buffett out. You guys don't have to do it this fancy, but you can if you want to. Why is it now not doing anything? Right, let's see. Okay, so here we have it. Now we're just gonna cut him out. So we can just make it a bit even better. Boom. Then we're just gonna get this back again like that. And then we're just gonna place this like here. Now we have this. This looks awesome, all right? So now we have this like there, and we can just make this, boom. And we can make him a lot brighter. You will see now. So we will just like work with the colors a little bit. Why is it not? Okay, it's loading. And then we're basically almost done with the thumbnail. And then it's just about uploading the video. So you can just make this like this. Boom. To bring in more color. I always like to play with these two because it somehow makes that the image pops out more. You see the contrast. All right. This is now how the thumbnail would look like. It's actually quite simple. And what we could now also do is I would prefer if he was a bit more to this side, to be honest, because now it looks like an empty space here. But something we could now do is we could actually go ahead if we would want to, and we could, for example, make the background a different kind of color, which sometimes actually looks quite cool. So instead of having it on 100% opacity, we can do it like this. Boom. Actually, not this color. This color is not good. So we can maybe even make it red. So it, you know, pops out a lot more. I've been seeing a bunch of channels doing red backgrounds these days. So we can do here. Boom. This actually doesn't look that bad. It's maybe too much red, but what if we make it blue? Let's see how this, okay, blue is too dark. So let's see what other colors, maybe green. Green would not be the best, to be honest, I think. So let me just close this and make it red again. And we leave it red. So now we just need to work on this and then we are done. Okay, so now, like I said, I would probably move him a bit more to this side. But here we have our completed thumbnail. And then we also already have our, is it this one? Yeah. We actually also have our completed title here. And if you look at this title, it will be very, very similar to this channel. So yeah, this is basically how you create these videos, how you come up with video ideas, how you actually, you know, do the thumbnails, all of these things. So just a little extra tip, if you want to go into this niche, you will have to, you know, do longer videos than your competitors in any way. Like if you do super long videos, like 1 hour videos, you're going to make a lot of money from YouTube because the longer your video is, the more YouTube is actually going to pay you for your videos. So this is a niche that I would highly recommend for anyone who's just starting out, who doesn't have a budget. So let me actually show you one more thing, how much everything is going to cost you, all right? So as I already said, ChatGPT, $20 a month. Right? Super cheap. Then here, GenAIPro, you can literally generate a voiceover, especially if you take like this bigger package here for like 20 cents or something. You can create like a 1 hour voiceover, maybe 50 cents. So super, super cheap. And the rest you can do thumbnails in Canva if you want to. You can do the videos in CapCut. So it's basically free to create a video like this. And these kind of videos can make you a lot of money. So here again, we can see this channel is 3 weeks old and it has gotten until now 300,000 views at a $7 RPM. That's not bad, right? Especially in 3 weeks. So yeah, this was it for this video. Make sure that your thumbnails are very clickbaity, and then keep in mind, if you're interested in working closer with me, just check out the first link in the video description. Let's get you to your first $4,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 a month as soon as possible. And I'll see you guys in the next video.